my NEET preparation, I had a tough time understanding cell division and learning its stages. So, I had formed a small story which would help me memorize cell division in a systematic manner so that I could remember each stage of cell division in the correct order. So, today I am going to share the story that helped me learn cell division so well that I could solve all questions that came in NEET regarding cell division. Before starting with the story, I'd like to give a brief introduction about cell division. So, cell division can be broadly classified as mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis refers to equational division, while meiosis refers to reductional division. Now, what is equational division and what is reductional division? This can be understood by the diagram drawn below. So, as we can see under mitosis, this diagram shows that the parent cell has 2 chromosomes and the daughter cell also has 2 chromosomes. So, if we notice, the number of chromosomes in the parent cell and the daughter cell are equal, hence equational division. Equal number of chromosomes in the parent cell and the daughter cell. Now, coming to meiosis. Meiosis refers to reductional division. What is reductional division? So, if we notice the diagram here, the parent cell has 2 chromosomes. But if we look at the daughter cell, they have 1 chromosome each. So, the number of chromosomes half. Let's say that the parent cell has 4 chromosomes. Then the daughter cells would have 2 chromosomes each, which means if a cell undergoes meiosis, the daughter cells would have half the number of chromosomes as compared to the parent cell. This is meiosis. Let's look at mitosis now. So, mitosis can be broadly classified into 2 stages: the interphase, which is commonly known as the resting phase, and the M phase, wherein the actual cell division occurs. In this video, we're just going to talk about interphase. Interphase further can be classified into G1, S and G2 phase. G1 phase is also known as the gap 1 phase. S phase is known as the synthesis phase, and G2 phase is known as the gap 2 phase. Talking about the M phase, wherein the actual cell division occurs, the M phase is classified into 4 other stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. I have a story that helps us memorize mitosis entirely in an orderly manner. The story includes interphase as well as M phase. In this part of the video, we're just going to focus on interphase, commonly known as the resting phase. So let's look at a broad overview of interphase. All organelles duplicate during the interphase so that after the M phase, wherein the actual cell division occurs, they can equally be distributed between the daughter cells. Interphase, though it is known as a resting phase, it is not. The cell is not resting during the interphase. Rather, it is a preparatory stage wherein the cell is actually preparing to undergo a smooth process of cell division. During the interphase, the most prominent things that occur are cell growth, which constantly occurs throughout interphase, and DNA replication, which occurs in one stage of the interphase. Another important point of interphase is that even proteins that are essential for cell division are prepared during interphase. Now, we had seen that cell division, particularly mitosis, can be divided into 2 parts. One is interphase and the other one is M phase. Interphase is also known as the resting phase, but it's actually a preparatory stage. Interphase actually occurs for most of the time involved in cell division. So let's take an example of the human cells. The human cell takes 24 hours to divide once. So if it takes 24 hours to divide once, And if we had to classify these 24 hours into interphase and M phase, then interphase would take 23 hours and it would take about 1 hour for the M phase, that is the proper cell division, to occur. So interphase, it takes a very, very, very long time as compared to the cell division. Now let's jump into the story which will help us learn these stages of interphase and M phase very well. But this video will just cover interphase. So according to the story, we have to assume some things. The cell wall is assumed to be the hospital. The nucleus is assumed to be that room in the hospital wherein all the patients are in. The chromatin network seen here are the patients. The centriole is the doctor and the nurses are the protein. So this is just a brief introduction of what we need to know before jumping into the story. This is a story of a village wherein there's just one hospital in the entire village. There's a deadly disease and a lot of people have been affected by the deadly disease and they have been admitted into this hospital. Now, the patients of this hospital are kept inside the nucleus. The nucleus is the room with all these patients. The other members who are there, they are outside the nucleus. These members who are outside the nucleus but within the hospital, which means they are within the cell membrane, they start pushing the wall of the cell membrane. They start pushing the wall of the hospital and they start increasing the space, so that in case there is any emergency, the doctor will have sufficient space to work inside the hospital. So what is happening here, if we look at the first diagram, this is the cell, this is the nucleus, this is all the chromatin material. These are basically, according to our story, these are all the ill patients that are entangled and they are struggling inside this room called the nucleus. These members right here outside the nucleus but within the hospital are pushing on the walls of the hospital so that they can increase space for the doctor to work in case there is an emergency. So, constant process during interphase. If we look here at this note, the house just keeps growing. The house is the hospital. So the hospital just keeps growing in all stages of the interphase. So this step of growth just keeps continuing during all stages of interphase. That's exactly what is shown here. So here we see that a transition into this stage wherein the house has grown and the size has increased. So here we note that the size increased, the hospital area has increased. They have successfully pushed it and they are increasing the area. And this process is constant throughout interphase. The cell is just growing and growing and growing so that there is sufficient space for the doctor to work in case of any emergency. The patients within the nucleus now started developing a severe pain. And this pain made them yell over the top of their voices. But tough luck, no one outside could hear them. No one in this area could hear them. They kept yelling in pain, but no one heard them. So they devised a plan. They decided that if we replicate ourselves, we would help increase the voice. And then maybe these people would be able to hear us and would understand the situation we are in right now. So they decide to replicate themselves. That's exactly what we see here. These people, these patients, the chromatin network has replicated itself in this stage. This is the next stage wherein the replication has taken place. So now in the story, the centriole or the doctor has witnessed or has the doctor. So now the doctor, who is the centriole of the cell or the doctor of the cell, heard the voices after the duplication and realized that, oh my god, these patients have replicated themselves. So now I will have to duplicate myself and I'll have to increase the manpower. Only if I duplicate myself will I have someone to help me. So therefore he duplicates himself in this next in during the same stage itself. He has duplicated himself. He heard their voices, and during that stage itself, as soon as he heard, he was a very smart doctor, and therefore he has replicated himself. So now during the next stage, the nurses have now come behind the doctor. So the doctor duplicated, the nurses started forming, or the proteins started forming to help the doctor to operate these patients due to the severe emergency that they are facing. And that's all interphase has. This is the story for interphase. M phase will be a continuation to this story. Now let's associate the story with different stages of interphase. This stage is the G1 stage. This is the S phase. This is the G2 phase. This story helps us remember the metabolic activity that occurs during the cell during the G1, S and G2 phase. All you have to do is remember the story, and it will be really good if you can remember everything that's on this slide pictorially. That will do the work. As a recap of the story of interphase, here we notice that in the G1 stage, all that is happening is the cell is increasing size. In the S phase, we notice that the centriole duplicates itself and the DNA has also duplicated itself. During the G2 phase, the proteins have formed. During the G1 phase, the walls of the hospital start to increase in size, and this process keeps continuing. The S phase, there is a severe pain in the patients, so they replicate themselves because the members outside do not hear them, so they decide to replicate themselves so that they can be heard by creating more noise. The doctor hears them, the doctor sees that they have replicated themselves, he duplicates himself in order to help them. Finally, during the G2 stage, the nurses form to help the doctors. That's all interphase is about. The story will be continued in the next video, which covers the M phase. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.